game. And you'll remember last year, Alabama going into Norman and beating the Sooners. There is a lot riding on the line today when these two teams meet. I can't wait to keep you posted on what's happening on the field and how the players are reacting with that revenge and redemption on their minds. Nice?
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Fresh set of downs going up top. He's going to go for a big one. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Quick give. It's Blaylock. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown. Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Caught near the sticks. It's Harris. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And the Sooners have their offense in high gear. Lost to throw on first. It's dropped after taking the hit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Week 12, you get through this far, you just hate to see it. We'll have Holly check on this injury a bit later on. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Spits it out to the back. Makes the grab. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Sometimes a play like that, incorporating the back in the passing game, almost seems like cheating. It's so easy.
Yep, because you can run it against man or you can run it against zone. If you're patient, obviously, with zone coverage, he can come open. But man-to-man, I like my chances of a running back versus a linebacker. So nice job by the quarterback. Nice job by the running back.
Drops back on first down. And the timing just a hair off.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Back to pass on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Takes the handoff. It's Riley. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's changing the play. Throwing Mack. That's caught. It's Rodgers. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play zone.
Mack from the gun on 3rd down. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last 1st down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Sees an alley. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
It's simple, but it's not easy. You know, you miss on these throws and you see the ball not go near the wide receiver, but a lot of times it has to do with the bottom half of a quarterback. And are his feet set where now he can start to move towards where he wants to throw the football? And you could tell his feet weren't set and he was drifting a little bit.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Mack. Turns it upfield. Looks as if the Crimson Tide will have the 1st down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Runs through a tackle. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Austin Mack. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Dumps it off in the flats. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Snap on first down, wants to throw. They're all over it. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. With that penalty, the offense is backed up, still second down. They'll try the right side. Tackled almost immediately, not a whole lot on that one.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. We've reached the break, and Alabama has the lead as we get a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The Sooners will call on their punt team. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. There he goes. Open it up. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Stepping to the right. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
Are you kidding me? Lucky number 7. He's got 7 interceptions on the season, consistently around the ball. High IQ, breaks on the football great. This guy just makes play after play after play.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Motion from the wideout. Throwing Mack. Just a little off. Incomplete. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. The pull and throw off the RPO. There he goes. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Making the adjustment on the play. Handoff again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Mack. Under pressure. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Dead center perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The play fake. Makes the grab. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Rush right in his face. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Austin Mack snags it.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Some misdirection with the counter. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mack. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a 4th down. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Across the 45. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about, Bruce.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Got room at the 35. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
And I'm going to keep finding these matchups with my great players in the slot so they can go get me big plays like this. I create matchup nightmares for a defense, and I get it to one of my best players consistently.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Riley. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, if they could stop the run, it was going to be really, really hard on the offense. And I just love the tenacity they're playing with right now. This front 7 are flying around, getting to the ball carrier. This running back has had nowhere to go today.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Motion from the wide receiver. Throwing Mack. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. He threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Mack. Gets it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another 1st down.
This offense is trying to build on this lead right now, playing with tons of confidence. What a nice job there. Pass protection, quarterback doing a really great job seeing the defense, reading the coverage, and being on the same page as his intended target. It's a big pickup for the offense. And here they go. They're trying to score more points.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
They'll need a bunch on second down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Back open in the middle. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. The delay of game pushes the offense back. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. Quarterback will keep it. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together. And you finally force the 3rd down, and they get the 1st down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a 3rd down stop.
Dangerous throw on that one.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Matt. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Press center down's going to the air. He'll take a deep shot here. Makes a deep grab. Finds a seam. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners.
That's a huge play for the offense because it keeps this thing 1 possession. They're going to be receiving first in the 3rd quarter, and if they can keep this thing moving, all of a sudden they may have the lead here very soon.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, week 12, almost 0 margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Tennessee taking on the number 8 team, the LSU Tigers. And it's LSU on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates. And while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. They have the lead to start the 3rd quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to it. Looking for a crease. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Austin Mack throws to the tight end. Left side is Edwards. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Alabama hit him with a big pass play. Will they keep slinging it? Looking for a man. It's Mack. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Making the adjustment. Throwing Mack. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Now they'll run the draw. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. No good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Off-play action on first down. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Well, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44.
And that's another mistake for this young man. It's one thing to have 1 or 2 and miss a throw here or there, but he continues to put the ball in harm's way, continues to give it to the other team, and set his defense up in a bad position. That's 6 picks in 2 games.
Mack. Got it behind the line. It's Riley. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Mack. Fires to the middle. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. third down after the incompletion. Austin Mack. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Just got rid of that one.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Hunt is on its way. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Lets it fly. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Might as well give it to him again. Driven back.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Out wide left, it's Sategna. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Still looking. He'll try to do it himself. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Going to the running game. Got the first down. Touchdown, Oklahoma! With that, they grab the lead here in the second half. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was finished off a terrific 26-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They They try to pop a run on the draw. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Changing the routes with his receivers. Throwing, Mack. Rushes on. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get down in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Oh, pressure's coming. And it's a sack. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the fourth. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Taken down right away. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Fires to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Left side is Harris. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. The Sooners decide to punt it away. Going to field this one in tight quarters. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Rodgers. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
Just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too. Because of what you just said, David, they can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here.
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, and man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Blaylock. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And they'll get him down after a solid return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. What a huge play, what a huge mistake that was with that last interception, and now this offense has a chance late. On the draw, it's Riley. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Mack. Look out. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Sets his feet, it's Mack. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Alabama! They move on top here on the fourth. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's good, and he's got the lead up to 3 late. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. From deep, it's Thomas. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision. Bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Wide open downfield. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the big fella. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Right side, it's Harris. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Hauls it in. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Straight ahead, it's Blaylock. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Just feeds the running back. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on 3rd down would make it easier. Right out the line. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Press setter downs going to the air. Escapes the pressure going right. Going to try to get it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
The Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
Well, they are chewing up clock on offense right now. They've been able to stay on the field and sustain this drive. They've been really, really good on 3rd downs, and it's not just throwing the football, but they've been able to do it running, too. Give the guys up front a lot of credit, getting some big-time blocks, really nice.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. First play of the drive comes from the 38. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. On the move. Turning it on. The 40, 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown time. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw one first. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Stopped at the 46-yard line and just making a play and turning in the interception. Tide offense rolls onto the field. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push, and ball security, David. That's a premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Might as well run him again. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.